Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for May 8, 2025. Firstly, Germany's new approach to its relationship with the United States is under scrutiny as Chancellor Olaf Scholz prepares to meet with U.S. officials in Washington. Our exclusive interview with a high-ranking German official reveals that Berlin is seeking to balance its commitment to European defense with its historical alliance with the U.S. This development comes amid growing tensions between Europe and the U.S., and we'll be keeping a close eye on how this situation unfolds. Secondly, the conflict between India and Pakistan has escalated significantly, with both nations engaging in military actions along their shared border. The international community is urging restraint, and diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent further escalation. With both countries possessing nuclear capabilities, the stakes are high, and we'll continue to bring you updates on this developing story. Lastly, a diplomatic crisis is brewing between Denmark and the U.S. over allegations of American spying on Greenland. The Danish government has summoned the acting U.S. ambassador for an emergency meeting, and the situation remains fluid. We'll be monitoring this story closely as it develops and provide analysis on what it means for U.S.-Denmark relations. These are just a few of the major stories we're following today. Tune in throughout the day for more in-depth coverage and analysis from our team of experts. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. I'm Walter, and we'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, an international rescue operation has successfully extracted 5 opposition members from the Argentine diplomatic residence in Caracas, Venezuela. The operation, reportedly coordinated by the U.S. and other democratic allies, has been hailed as a victory for the opposition and a blow to the Maduro regime. However, the Venezuelan government disputes this account, raising concerns about foreign interference in their internal affairs. In the Middle East, Jordan is navigating a treacherous landscape amidst Israel's actions in Syria and Gaza, which have sparked fresh concerns about regional stability. The kingdom must balance its security interests with growing domestic discontent, all while maintaining a delicate relationship with Israel and the new leadership in Syria. Lastly, we've been following the complex situation of deportations from the U.S. to countries such as Libya and Jordan. A court hearing is expected to take place soon, where migrants will argue their case against being sent back to potentially dangerous situations. We'll continue to provide updates and analysis on these stories throughout the day. For now, that's all for this morning's edition of the AIDailyPress. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with more news after this break. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the Federal Reserve has decided to keep interest rates steady, defying calls from President Trump to lower borrowing costs. This decision comes as the U.S. economy navigates uncertain waters, with trade tensions and tariff disputes weighing on global markets. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this decision impacts investor confidence and economic growth. In other news, Petrus Resources has announced its first quarter financial and operating results, reporting a decline in net debt and expectations to return to its guidance target by year-end. While the company's debt reduction efforts are a positive sign, uncertainties surrounding future dividends may be causing some concern among investors. Lastly, we're taking a look at the current state of the energy landscape, with trade disputes and evolving market dynamics creating a complex environment for companies like Petrus Resources to navigate. As the company focuses on its core operations and strategic initiatives, investors will be watching closely to see how it implements its plans and provides updates on its progress. That's all for now. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is undergoing a leadership transition, as Director Lori Leshin steps down after a tenure marked by remarkable achievements, including the successful launch of several notable missions. Dave Gallagher, with decades of experience at JPL, has been selected to lead the laboratory into its next chapter. In other news, NASA has made it easier for space enthusiasts to access its vast library of content with the launch of a new online platform. This move is expected to inspire a new generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Lastly, a team of scientists has made a groundbreaking discovery about the lunar surface, revealing distinct weathering patterns on the near side and far side of the moon. By analyzing silicon isotopes in lunar samples, researchers have gained insights into the moon's geological history and the formation of its surface features, which will inform future lunar missions and resource utilization. These stories showcase the rapid progress being made in space exploration and the exciting developments that are shaping our understanding of the universe. We'll be delving deeper into these topics throughout the day, so now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Speaking in my signature style, I'd like to summarize the top stories for our listeners this morning. Firstly, we have some exciting news from the world of sports, as the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs are gearing up for their upcoming game. Our sources indicate that both teams are looking strong, with key players ready to take to the field. We will be keeping a close eye on this matchup and providing our listeners with in-depth analysis and updates. In other news, U.S. women's national team forward Mallory Swanson and her husband, Chicago Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson, have announced that they are expecting their first child. This lovely couple has been an inspiration to many, and we couldn't be happier for them as they embark on this new chapter in their lives. And finally, ESPN has announced a new docuseries, Rabel's Places, which promises to take viewers on a fascinating journey through the history and culture of lacrosse. With its unique blend of entertainment, education, and inspiration, this docuseries has the potential to appeal to a wide range of audiences. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story and providing our listeners with updates and analysis as more information becomes available. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for joining me on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. I'm your host, Howard, and we'll see you again soon. Please note that some parts of the original text were not included in the summary, as they seem to be redundant or not essential to the main points of the stories. The goal was to provide a concise and informative summary for the morning podcast. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we explored the world of nonprofit organizations and their vital role in supporting communities across the country. We discussed how these organizations are working tirelessly to address pressing issues such as education, healthcare, and social justice. Next, we delved into the ongoing debate surrounding the SALT deduction cap and its far-reaching implications for American families and businesses. We heard from individuals from diverse backgrounds and regions, underscoring the human side of this complex policy issue. Finally, we celebrated the release of rapper Anik Khan's powerful new music video, Came From, which pays tribute to the lives, journeys, and impact of immigrants in America and around the world. This uplifting video is a testament to the richness and diversity of immigrant cultures and a reminder of the tremendous value they bring to our society. These stories remind us that America is a complex tapestry of experiences, perspectives, and cultures. As we navigate the intricacies of policy debates and social issues, it's essential to listen to the voices of those most affected and to celebrate the diversity that makes our nation strong. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the heart of America. I'm Charles, and we'll see you on the road. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I've got a quick rundown of the latest news in entertainment and culture. First up, we're talking about the Met Gala, where fashion and art collided in a whirlwind of creativity. Lisa from Blackpink made her debut in a stunning Louis Vuitton look, but some controversy surrounding her group's past use of the N-word sparked a social media frenzy. Meanwhile, Pharrell Williams' collaboration with Henry Taylor was a highlight of the evening, celebrating Black style and identity. In other news, the Golden Globes is shaking things up by introducing a new category, Best Podcast of the Year. As of next January, 6 finalists will be selected from the most popular podcasts across audio and video formats. It's a move that recognizes the growing influence of podcasts in the entertainment spectrum. And finally, we're looking at some changes in the awards show landscape. The Oscars are introducing a stunt work category, while the Emmys cut the short-form animated program category last year. That's all for now, folks. Stay fabulous, stay informed, and don't forget to tune in to the Golden Globes next January to see which podcast reigns supreme. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a new study published in Nature Communications reveals that scientists have made a significant breakthrough in reintroducing elk to the UK after an absence of over 1,000 years. The Derbyshire Wildlife Trust has announced plans to release these majestic creatures into existing beaver enclosures, aiming to restore balance to Britain's landscapes and promote biodiversity recovery. In another remarkable story, a former zookeeper, Ernawar Raven, is challenging traditional views on gender roles in nature. Her new book, Hear Me Roar, presents extensive research and observations that show female animals are not passive or inferior to males, but rather fierce, powerful, and crucial in shaping their social dynamics. Lastly, we look at the fascinating world of animal behavior, where a recent discovery has shed new light on the importance of keystone species. Researchers have found that these species play a vital role in maintaining ecosystem balance, and their reintroduction can have a significant impact on promoting biodiversity recovery. These stories highlight the complexity and wonder of the natural world, and we're excited to explore them further. Join us throughout the day as we delve deeper into these topics and discuss their implications with experts in the field. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. We'll be back after this break. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.